BC Liberals are in the middle of a leadership election. Obviously, we had a provincial election in BC recently, a few months ago. The Liberals did not win, so therefore they're in a leadership. Their leader resigned. They're in a leadership race. So one candidate, Mr. Aaron Gunn, was essentially by the Leadership Executive Organizing or Leadership Election Organizing Committee, was essentially now denied the opportunity to run and said that because of his statements that he made, social media, public, private statements, that they have determined, the Liberal Party LEOC, that his candidacy would be inconsistent with the BC Liberal Party's commitment to reconciliation, diversity, and acceptance of all British Columbians. I'm going to start with you, Brock. So we saw this in the federal Conservative leadership. It seems to happen in many leaderships now where, if the LEOC doesn't agree with your views or if there's concerns, then all of a sudden the membership, who usually gets to decide, doesn't any longer. And it is now this small group of persons who are going to decide who will be allowed to run for leadership. I have concerns with that on a basic democratic perspective, but maybe Mr. Gunn's statements were really that crazy. I don't know. You fill me in.
I agree. As a British Columbian, I've been paying close attention to this race. I think the big thing with this is these LEOCs, the Leadership Election Organizing Committees, think it's their choice and not the choice of the party's memberships. Why have a membership if you're doing this? The LEOC's done it, as you said, federally with the Conservatives. They're doing it at this level. A couple of the candidates, current MLAs, Michael Lee and Ellis Ross, are stumbling over themselves to attack or support Mr. Gunn. I think that this is a real issue. If they have a reason to disqualify him, give a clear reason. Say his application isn't complete. Say he can't meet the threshold of fundraising or membership support. You don't disqualify a choice and deny the membership an option. He may actually be the main contender to frontrunner Kevin Falcon, and now it may be a runaway race for Mr. Falcon.
What do you think, Hannah? Do you agree with that analysis?
Yeah, I do. And I mean, there's so many voters in Canada right now across the board and also in the individual provinces who are not interested in voting anymore because they don't feel like their votes really matter. And then, they vote for someone, they go into Parliament and they don't follow through with the things that they said they were going to represent their constituents for. And then also when it comes to party memberships, it's hard to get people to be a member of the party. You may be able to get them to vote for you on election day, but it's hard to get people to want to be members of a party, especially if they don't feel like the party leadership cares about them. They only care about their donation and whether they're going to vote for them or not, but you don't get votes when you behave as a party leadership like this. And when it comes to them denying his leadership candidacy, it's fascinating. They say they're doing it because they're so inclusive, but then in the name of inclusivity, they're excluding someone and they're being discriminatory. So if you actually stand for diversity and inclusion, then do that by allowing someone to run for your party. Maybe he doesn't align with 100% of all of their values, but let your party membership decide whether he is someone that should represent them as leader of their party or not.
Yeah, I tend to agree with that. If somebody is so outlandish or odious with their views that the party feels it would be so off base with the membership, well, put it to the test. Let the members decide if that person...
It'll make for fun debates, because so often with leadership debates now, because so many people are excluded, they're all the same flavor of vanilla pudding. Like, people don't even want to listen to debates anymore because it's boring. When you have a variety of opinions and beliefs amongst the candidates, it makes for a wonderful debate. People want to listen, and people have to think hard of who they actually want to vote for.
Yes, I have firsthand experience. I love debates, and I encourage everybody to run for leadership and engage in a debate.